Stick this in your ear.
The number one internet shock radio network.
Shock me with that deviant behavior.
Renegade Talk Radio.
Good morning. It is the day before Thanksgiving. And this is Betsey Bell. And how the heck can this happen? The year went by like lightning, and it is overwhelming at this point. Holidays are here. Time to celebrate, my audience. But tomorrow, we need to give thanks for everything we have. We've come through a lot, and we are going to be going through a lot more. But have no fear, because I'm here to give you some much needed perspective on what we've been through and where we're going from here. So let's get after this show. And by the way, my audience, give thanks tomorrow and enjoy your family. Today's show is who? Kardashian and Walmart have a lot in common. First part, the Kardashian way. Part 2, who benefits? Part 3 is Walmart takes a lesson. Okay, holy moly, Kim Kardashian, the reality star, whose shapewear clothing brand Skims partnered with luxury fashion house Dolce & Gabbana for a new collection, was lambasted on social media for posing in one of the brand's bra and underwear sets. I don't see what's wrong with that. While wearing a rosary prominently around her neck. In some shots, Kardashian 44 also wore lace shorts beneath her cotton jersey boxer, which retails for $78. Now, my audience, I am a rational person. Her cotton jersey boxer, though, looked a lot like it came from Kanye's drawer, not hers. Oh, they're not together anymore. I would never be caught naked in those shorts. That's me. I am into some lingerie, but that is not what those were. I didn't get it. Maybe she's giving us some options for our gender-confused women and girls. But that goes well with her statement of the cross. A rosary is not quite as what was shown in the ad. However, she does go on about her faith and how it's important to her in her home. I get that, and I applaud her for it. Her appeal to multiple genders and at $78 a pair left me with a lot of how many people can afford that? I wonder if they made them in cashmere. Now that would get my attention. Except, and I have a big wait for it, maybe Kardashian knows something that we don't. The reality star has a built-in audience with everything that she does. And then they buy massive amounts of product as a result of Kim's little escapades. Not such a bad gig when all you have to do is show some, wears like boob, butts, and whatever else once in a while. Not a lot of talent necessary for that. My audience, let's just go here. Where angels fear to tread. My take means nothing. So that is why I'm here. You don't pay for it, so here it is. Kim Kardashian, IMHO. In my humble opinion, She has two masters and she doesn't serve either. One is, wait for it, God. One is money. God takes the back seat to money in Kardashian world. She uses men to procreate, which God intended. But men are weak, and she's the strong one. Her molded body looks like a black woman's figure. Right. Her master did not create that body. Man did. You're right. It isn't very pretty, is it? Kim has a following of women who want to be. They want to be black. They might be black. They want to be white with a black woman's butt. But they all want to have money. They want to have money. And they want to have money. I thought when I saw her on television once, and there was nothing memorable about this, especially in her speech, I found her to be the most shallow human being on the planet. But I know that is her appeal. Sometimes you just want meaningless and you feel like checking out. Check her out. I always wondered if when she went to school, I wondered what she was like. The mean girl, the cool girl, the one with all the looks, but very little else. A good student, a class clown, an elitist who didn't say much. Did everyone admire her? How was her figure different then? I do want to say, though, that I watched this segment on her journey through life. It was brief. I mean in content. She went to do a mud run. Mud runs are a fun way of running, tackling obstacles, testing your fitness and your mental resolve. They start like most races. Crowds of like-minded people at the starting line. But soon after you start comes the mud and the obstacles. You run the distance and smash through the obstacles while getting covered in mud. I always wanted to ask what the people on her show had in like-mindedness with Kim as they discovered the mud run. Kim did it with one of her sisters, and that was the most uninspiring thing I ever watched. She and her sister getting muddy. As far as the mental resolve and the physical fitness part of it, I wasn't convinced that that was very altering in any way. So I thought this. You need a bath and a good clean set of clothes afterward. I thought Kim might be selling a new line of mud fun attire for the segment while she showed off her bod in a shower after the mud run, because the Kardashians never let a good sales opportunity go to waste. I think the purpose of the segment was because Kim was going to pose nude on the beach. And this was for some shoot that you had to sit through the mud run first before you got to the big reveal. So all in all, it was a big waste of my nap time. Wish I had just snoozed instead. Oh, yeah. Well, I do confess. I did halfway through. Now, you may be saying, why does Kim Kardashian serve two masters? All this selling, salesmanship, all these products. Here is an example that I think we need to reshare in my overview. This is the complete answer to your question. Kim announces that she's getting married. Can't you hear the wedding march, trumpets blaring? As was written at the time, the exact location of the ceremony has been kept secret. but everything else about the extravaganza. The dress designer, the cake maker, the stationer, the gift registry, the Kardashian brand perfume has been touted endlessly by the family and its fans. Stay tuned. You don't want to miss what the best part is going to share.
Stick this in your ear.
Number one Internet Shock Radio Network.
Shock me with that deviant behavior.
Renegade Talk Radio.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Betsey Bell here at the Double B Studios in Las Vegas, Nevada. Now, one thing is for sure, my audience, we do not intend to provide you without some information. And along with the information, we want you to know that this part of the show is called Who Benefits. So there are people that can benefit even from talentless stars. Oh, and by the way, there was just an afterthought to this wedding. Big plans. They went on and on about the invitations and the cake and Oh. But they did throw in a groom for good measure. His name was Chris Humphries. Maybe today, but then, at that point, she needed to have a man. Wow, what a thought. But none of that is causing her pre-wedding jitters for the bride. Earlier in the week, Kardashian said she was feeling totally calm about this much-hyped ceremony. I think that the freak-out moment kind of already passed, she said at a party on Wednesday to launch her new clothing line at Sears. So what was it that attracted her to her husband-to-be? She said he's the most genuine person. He's very supportive, and he has his own stuff going on too. So I think that was the reason, by the way, that she liked him, I guess. Anyway, the venue was kept secret because this is the reason. The entire affair was sponsored, from the wedding cake to the makeup. The girls showed up in juicy couture tracksuits, and they rolled up in a white Rolls Royce. Kris Jenner et al. Wore white, so they did not feel that they were interfering with the bride in any way. This will be the biggest moment of her life, and she's going to make sure she gives everyone something to talk about. And that she did do. Nothing would do that more than shocking folks, quote unquote, from an article, with a splash of color. You mean some black. Yeah, she had a black and white wedding. Go figure. She just skipped the black groom part. But there will be no sneaky peeks to the public straight after the ceremony. Something that Kim and Kris will be making sure of. They are believed to have signed a $500,000 deal with People magazine for exclusive access to wedding photos, and the ceremony is going to be televised on Kardashian's reality TV show in October. And the day will be shrouded in tight security, and no cameras or no mobile phones allowed in, so that no pictures get released. Where's the surprise? Sources reported that the couple was originally going to have their anticipated nuptials at Oprah's estate in Montecito, California. But they stayed with the Silicon Valley location and decided to go with the historic estate nestled in the hills with an ocean view. The Montecito mansion belongs to multi-billionaire Eric Schmidt, former CEO of Google. How convenient. All things searchable on the net. Schmidt bought the property in November 2007 from comedian Ellen DeGeneres and her partner, Portia de Rossi, for a mere $20 million. Kamala could use that right now. The big reveal was the location, and everyone thought it was because the family was keeping it a secret for publicity reasons and paparazzi. Not revealing it until the last minute was a huge deal. But I mean a huge sponsorship. Marketing. I think that Kardashian married Humphries as a publicity stunt. And it worked. It was the one thing that completely elevated her status among celebrities. The Kardashians spent $0 on the affair. Each of the products were donated. All of the brands were an open book on videos of the big day. Invitations, cake. Vera Wang did Kim's 3 dresses. And all was not lost. It made a huge debut on Kardashian's own TV show. Ratings. Click, click, click. Sell them. It really is ingenious in its vacuousness. The Kardashians pulled off the wedding of the century, and it didn't cost them a dime. No wonder Oprah said no. Not in my mansion, you won't. She needed to get paid. But no money was coming from the Kardashians. Their coffers got really full, and Kim's life was only disrupted for 72 straight days. Oh, yeah. They divorced after that. Kim has continued on as the queen of the impression. She makes a lot of impressions. She sells a lot of product. And that's a double-edged sword. It's hard not to agree with that much selling. It still creates a lot of jobs, and that can't be all bad. This is certainly a roundabout way to tell you that Kim has 2 masters, one of them being God. Now, God is on the back burner, obviously. This story began when Kim was modeling underwear, wearing a cross, which apparently is part of her persona today. I recommend, if at all possible, that if you are a fan, keep this in mind. Hopefully, there is in Kim a relationship with her maker. Hopefully, she does have a sense of who created her. One of the biggest impressions that Kim makes is that she has only one focus, and that's herself. One day, she may find that chasing all the fortune and the fame is very lonely. You need to change masters to find the answer. And that is what I'll pray for. But in the meantime, marketing. What does Walmart learn that Kardashian could have taught them a long time ago?
Stick this in your ear.
The number one Internet Shock Radio Network.
Shock me, shock me with that deviant behavior.
Renegade Talk Radio.
Well, we are at that point again in our show. This is Betsey Bell at the Double B Studios in Las Vegas, Nevada, and you know that this is the point of no return. We are here to get some information and to benefit from having listened. And I appreciate you, my audience, because I want you to benefit. And this part of the show is Walmart takes a lesson. Now, we're not going to be mean, but they really need to be taking a knee because they should know better. Walmart on Monday announced that it was going to pull back from its diversity, equity, and inclusion initiatives, becoming the latest in corporate America's retreat from woke corporate policies. Just goes to show you, government doesn't know shit about business. Walmart said it was going to remove sexual and transgender products that were reportedly marketed toward children and will review, I'm going to throw up, will review grants to LGBTQI plus events to avoid funding sexualized content targeting children. Well, what was their first clue? Okay. Who are these people targeting anyone for anything? Oh, that's right. They have a different store called Target. They even changed their name. This has stink all over it. They're all washing their hands. Walmart says it plans to continue supporting pride parades. Well, you know, let's take pride in this. Let's take pride in the fact that we're America. Good God. The retailer said that it had been working on these changes for years and that they were not the result of a conversation with conservative anti-DEI activist Robbie Starbucks. Oh, wow. Let's not source it or anything. Walmart said some of its products that violated its policies have been removed, which includes chest binders. Now, just using that word and just thinking that Walmart sold that, I'm out, man down. Products meant to flatten the chest when marketing to children. You know, my people, what we have done to children today, I am in tears. The corporations decided not to continue the Racial Equity Center it launched in 2020. Timing's everything. What happened in 2020? 5-year initiative, and will no longer use terms such as Latinx or DEI in corporate communications. My gosh, when were we going to figure out what we do for a living? Walmart communications will instead focus on using terms such as belonging for all associates and customers. I don't want to belong, Walmart. I just want you to have my product and have somebody that can sell it to me. Good God, what is so hard about that? Okay, that's the hit. All right. My listeners, I'm sorry. But anyone that you want to help to bind their chest so that they could be a man, what the heck is that? How does this shit happen? We're selling self-loathing on such a grand scale that it's no wonder kids are committing suicide at such an alarming rate. You corporate buffoons! Who is your customer, really? Okay, my audience, I don't get this riled up, but we're talking kids here. We've been on a journey and we know we aren't perfect, but every decision comes from a place of wanting to foster a sense of belonging, to open doors to opportunities for all our associates, customers, and suppliers. Said to be, and to be, a Walmart for everyone. That's what the company's statement said. Well, let's talk about the journey. And that ain't the one you should be going on. This is the latest corporate retreat from politicized corporate policies. Here is a thought, Walmart. Just in case you aren't reading the memo that you wrote, people are just looking for a place to do business, to buy products. They want help sometimes, and sometimes they know what they want. Sometimes they'll buy, sometimes they won't. But one thing they won't buy is your problems with government overreach on everything you sell. They want a good product at a reasonable price and a place to shop for it that is convenient. Have you ever heard, my Walmart, of a core mission? Go back to the days of Sam Walton if you have to. God, these people are stupid. What did Sam Walton do? He had a store that sold products that the people wanted to buy, and as a result, he became rich. Why? Because he sold a product that people wanted, because he knew who his customers were. Do you, the Walmart of today, know who your customers are? What is this really about, my listeners? It's the government shadowing your very existence, and you can't act without their instructions. Not that it is a big no-no, my government. I know how to live. I know how to give. I know how to think. I did it long before you decided to come along and overshadow my life and tell me that what I was doing was wrong. So now, my government, just get out of the way. Stop it. Equity. What the hell does that have to do with buying some groceries and snacks? Diversity. What does it have to do with needing some school supplies for the kids to go back to school? Inclusion. What does that have to do with going to Walmart to buy some electronics, phones, computers, and TVs? Maybe I should check my trans pass with the old man that is greeting me at the door. Oh no, you got rid of him too. That's not very inclusive. All you need to do, you hacks, is to make sure that my money spends, put the amount due in the register. Voila, you're done. Now that's what I call diverse action, equal reward, and I get a product and you get the money. And inclusion. Everyone keeps their job. Voila. Cha-ching. And how the heck can this be happening? If you want to trigger Mad Dog Red, you just did. Walmart, did you know that once you were a retail giant, that all retail giants wanted to emulate? Did you know, Walmart, that you were the family store where everyone in the family got to buy something they wanted? And you had it? You had employees that were loyal to you and seemed to work for you for a long time? Change your strategy to this. You can't go wrong. We are Walmart. We serve our customers. We employ a lot of good people who do their jobs well. Now, here is where Kim could be tied into Walmart. Kim knows her customers. Kim provides her customers with products they want to buy. She makes money, but she also feeds a lot of families because of it. Here's the dirty little secret here. Kim's mother, Chris, is the real genius behind Kim. But the outcome is the same. So Walmart, get back to knowing who your customer is. Get back to knowing the products they want to buy. And get back to keeping your employees happy. Job finished. Well done. Knock off the crap and do what Sam Walton would do. Get back to work.